Lux presents Hollywood. Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Lux Toilet Soap, bring you the Lux Radio Theater, starring Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz. Ladies and gentlemen, your producer, Mr. William Keighley.
Holiday greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. I trust you've all had a perfect Christmas. Wonderful presents, too much dinner, and lots of merry company. But sometime during the day, I'm sure you've said, Christmas really belongs to the children. And so, before they have to leave their toys and cowboy suits, we want to tell them a story. And you'll want to listen too, because it's The Wizard of Oz. One of those wonderful Oz books that we've all loved since they were written by L. Frank Baum 50 years ago. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer turned The Wizard of Oz into a screen classic, and a lovely little singer into a star. One of the most talented stars of Hollywood, Judy Garland. Audiences have asked her to be brought back again and again to be entranced by Judy's performance and those fascinating Oz characters. The Scarecrow, the Tin Woodsman, the Cowardly Lion, and the delightful little people, the Munchkins. Now it's off to The Wizard of Oz, starring Judy Garland as Dorothy. This is the story of a girl named Dorothy, who lives with her aunt and uncle on a farm way out in Kansas. Her dearest friend is her dog, Toto. But Dorothy has other friends, too. The farmhands, for instance. Zeke and Honk and Hickory.
Hey, what's your hurry, honey? What's wrong?
It's Toto, Hickory. Toto.
Toto? Something wrong with that dog? Well, he looks fine to me.
Well, he is, Zeke, but he almost wasn't. Miss Gulch hit him just because he gets in her garden and chases her nasty old cat.
Oh, sure, honey, sure. Only we're busy, see? I got them hogs to get in.
Now, look, Dorothy, you just ain't using your head about that mean old Miss Gulch. You'd think you didn't have a brain at all.
Honk, I have so got brains.
Well, use a man. When you're walking home with Toto, just keep away from Miss Gulch's place. Your head ain't made of straw, you know.
Gosh, Dorothy, that Miss Gulch ain't nobody to be afraid of. Have a little courage, that's all.
Courage, Zeke?
Why, sure. You know, like me.
Well, look who's talking. You, courage. There ain't a man in the county who scares easier than you.
Well, that's a fine thing to say.
Look out, Zeke, that pig's gonna bite you.
Where? What pig? Help!
You see what I mean?
Now, cut that. Scaring a man half to death like that.
Here now, what's all this jabber-wapping when there's work to be done?
It's about Toto, Auntie Em. Miss Gulch says she's going to go and get the sheriff and then...
I thought you and Hickory were supposed to be fixing that wagon.
Oh, we are, Miss Gale. Hand me that wrench, Hickory.
And feed them hogs, Zeke, before they worry themselves into anemia.
Yes, ma'am.
Now then, child, what's your trouble?
Auntie Em, really, do you know what Miss Gulch said she was going to do to Toto? She said she was...
There you go again, imagining things. You know, you always get yourself into a fret over nothing.
Oh, but this time...
Now, you just help us all out this afternoon. Find yourself a place where you won't get into any trouble. I got to get back in the house.
Yes, Auntie Em. Come on, Toto. Do you suppose there is such a place, Toto, where there isn't any trouble? There must be. Not a place you can get to by a boat or a train, but it's far, far away. Behind the moon, beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Oh, now, hold on a second, Miss Galt. Surely you don't mean that. Why, that little
That
dog...
dog's a menace to the community. I'm taking that animal to the sheriff and make sure he's destroyed.
Destroyed? Oh, no, please. You mustn't.
Honey, we didn't know you were there.
Toto didn't know he was doing anything wrong. I'm the one who ought to be punished, Uncle Henry. I let him go in her garden.
There's a law protecting folks against animals like that.
No, please.
Well, we can't go against the law, Doris.
Now you're being smart. Give him to me.
No, I won't let you take him. I won't. You're a witch, a wicked old witch.
Doris?
Oh, please, Auntie Em, please.
I got him at last. And there's nothing any of you can do about it.
Toto!
Now, come on, Dorothy. Cheer up, honey.
Please, hon. I don't feel like talking. Not to anybody.
Not even to Toto?
Oh, you know he's gone. You know Miss Gulch took him away.
I know something else, too, honey. Toto must have jumped out of her basket and run back home because there's a little brown and white dog looking all over for you.
Oh, Toto. Toto, you're back. Toto. You came back to me, Toto. Oh, I thought you were dead. They'll be coming after you. Miss Gulch and the sheriff, maybe. We've got to run away. Now, Toto, where no one will ever find us or take you away again. Yes, Toto, we've got to run away. It's getting dark, Toto. I think maybe there's a storm coming. But we'll just keep going, won't we? We're not afraid. It's just like Zeke said. Courage. I see what you mean, a wagon. A horse and a wagon and a man. And there's a big sign on the wagon. Wait, I think I can see what it says. Professor Marvel, acclaimed by the crowned heads of Europe. Let him read your past, present, and future in his crystal.
Well, who might you be?
I guess it's all right, Toto. He looks like a nice man.
Well, if you're not going to tell me who you are, suppose I tell you.
But how can you?
Professor Marvel knows all, tells all. Your past, present, and future for 25 cents, a quarter of a dollar. 2 bits, if you prefer.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can afford it.
Oh. So your name's Dorothy, is it?
How did you know that?
Well, on the one hand, perhaps I saw you in my crystal, and on the other hand, perhaps a fellow named Zeke passed by a while ago looking for you.
Oh, I see.
But don't you think for one minute I couldn't have figured it out for myself, why Professor Marvel and his magic crystal have amazed royalty and peasantry alike the world over.
Oh, please, Professor, can't we go with you and see all the crowned heads of Europe?
Oh, do you know any? You mean the sign on my wagon?
I don't suppose you could take just a little look in your magic crystal for me. For nothing, I mean.
Matter of fact, young lady, I already have. Oh, just practicing, you understand. And you know what I saw?
What?
A woman. Tears in her eyes. Careworn. A woman looking for someone. And her name is...
Auntie M?
Kindly allow me to supply the answers. Her name is Annie M. Someone has almost broken her heart.
Me?
Well, someone she loves very much. And then just before the crystal went dark, I saw her put her hand over her heart and drop down on the floor.
Oh, no. No. You don't suppose she could really be sick, do you? Oh, I've got to go home right away.
Go home? I thought you were going along with me.
Oh, but I've got to get to her right away. Toto, come on, Toto. We're going up. Goodbye, Professor, and thank you.
Don't waste any time. There's a windstorm blowing up. Oh, poor little kid. Hope she gets home all right.
But the house is up in the air. Everything's moving. Everything's rushing through the sky. Barns and buggies. And there goes our chicken roost. Toto, we're caught in the cyclone. We're right up inside the middle of the cyclone. What? There's old Mr. Gallagher in his rowboat. Mr. Gallagher!
Howdy, Miss Girls. It's kind of breezy, ain't it?
And Uncle Henry Pepper. Bossy! Bossy! I don't understand this at all. Things are flying around so fast that I can... Look! Miss Gulch! Now she's on a broomstick. She is a witch. Don't worry, Toto. I won't let her... You stop moving, Toto. We're standing still. But we can't stand still up in the middle of the air. We're going to fall. We are falling. We're falling. We're falling. We're falling. We've landed. But where? Where are we? Oh, it's a regular little village. And look, houses and streets and trees and fountains. Yes, you're quite right. That is our house over there. We must have bounced out when we landed. But what place is this? I have a feeling we're being watched. I have another feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Why, we must be over the rainbow. Toto, look. There's a big bubble coming down the street, and there's someone inside it. A lady, and she's stepping out of it. Oh, now I know we're not in Kansas.
Tell me, please, are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Me? Oh, I'm not a witch at all. I'm Dorothy Gale from Kansas.
Oh, well, I am a little muddled. The Munchkins just summoned me because...
Munchkins?
You happen to be standing in the very center of their village, you know.
And they sent for you?
Because some new witch has just dropped a house on the Wicked Witch of the East. See? Over there.
Oh, but that's our farmhouse from Kansas.
Now look where I point my wand.
2 red slippers.
Exactly. 2 red slippers protruding from under the farmhouse. All that's left of the Wicked Witch of the East. And since it's your farmhouse, obviously you're responsible. Oh, you've made the Munchkins very happy, my dear.
If you please, what are Munchkins?
The little people who live in this land. It's Munchkin land, and you are now their national heroine.
And who are you?
Why, I'm Glinda, of course, the Witch of the North.
Witch? But you're beautiful.
Thank you. You see, only bad witches are ugly, and I'm a very good witch. Now, suppose I call the Munchkins.
Come out, wherever you are, and meet a young lady who fell from a star. She fell from the sky, she fell
Munchkins, have you nothing to say to her? Where's the mayor? Oh, there you are.
First of all, Miss Dorothy, a little floral tribute.
Oh, what beautiful flowers. Oh, thank you, thank you.
There will be, of course, a parade and general celebration with a brass band and a regiment of cavalry. Meanwhile, oh, let the joyous news be spread. The wicked old witch at last is dead.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh, witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Wake up, you sleepy head. Rub your eyes, get out of bed. Wake up, the wicked witch is dead. She's gone where the mountains go below. Below, below, yo ho. Let's go for some and sing. And ring the bells of ding dong, the merry ho. Sing it high, sing it low. Let them know the wicked witch is dead.
Smoke! A cloud of red smoke! Shooting fire! An explosion!
The witch is coming! The wicked witch! But I thought you said she was dead.
She is dead. This one on the broomstick is her sister, the Wicked Witch of the West.
She's even worse than the other one!
Silence! I demand silence!
It's Miss Gulch. That's who it is, Miss Gulch.
Hard of hearing, are you? I said silence. Now then, who killed my sister? Was it you?
No. It was an accident. I didn't mean to kill anyone.
Well, my little pretty, I can cause accidents, too.
Aren't you forgetting the ruby slippers?
The slippers. My sister's slippers. There they are. Still on her feet over there. Well, I'll just take them.
Just a moment, if you please. Ruby slippers, slippers red, leave the feet of she who's dead. I summon my authority and bid you serve Miss Dorothy.
The slippers. What are you doing to them?
Now they're on my feet.
You give them back to me.
Never. There they are, and there they'll stay.
You nasty little girl. They're of no use to you.
Don't be frightened of her, Dorothy.
You stay out of this, Glinda. I'll fix you as well.
Rubbish. You have no power here. Be gone before somebody drops a house on you, too.
Very well. I'll bide my time. As for you, my fine lady...
You heard what she said. Be gone.
I'll get you yet, my pretty. And your little dog, too. Away, broomstick! Away!
It's all right, Munchkins. Don't hide your faces. She's gone. Now then, my dear, the sooner you get out of Oz, the safer you'll sleep.
Oh, I'd give anything to get out of Oz. But how? Which is the way back to Kansas?
Kansas? The only person who might know would be the great and wonderful Wizard of Oz himself.
The Wizard of Oz? Is he good or is he wicked?
Oh, very good, but very mysterious. He lives far off in the Emerald City. Did you by any chance bring your broomstick with you?
No, I'm afraid I didn't.
Well, then you'll have to walk. The Munchkins will see you safely to the border. And remember, never let those ruby slippers off your feet, or you'll be at the mercy of the Wicked Witch of the West.
But how do I start for the Emerald City?
All you have to do is follow that yellow brick road. Help her, Munchkins. The yellow brick road.
Helpers, attention! Follow the yellow brick road.
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 We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is the whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever, oh, ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
In a few moments, we'll bring you Act Two of The Wizard of Oz. And now, here is our Hollywood reporter, Libby Collins, to give us the Lux Radio Theater's movie news of the week.
Tonight, John, it's the new Howard Hughes production, Vendetta, starring a lovely newcomer to Hollywood. She's Faith DeMerg, and she's been given just the role her dark, exotic beauty calls for. This RKO picture tells the story of a family feud in old-time Corsica, and Faith plays the girl who vows to avenge her father's murder.
Quite an intense melodrama, Libby. Isn't that a terrific set they built for the dueling scene?
Oh, yes, indeed. No California landscape could quite convey the bleakness of that wild Corsican country. So they built the whole thing on a soundstage. Faith Domergue is photographed in dark costumes throughout. Of course, they set off her startling beauty all the more.
There's a highly dramatic, exciting quality about her acting, too.
Well, she's quite a perfectionist, you know. Spent years of study before attempting her first screen role. And, John, Faith Domergue is a perfectionist about beauty, too. Naturally, her skin has to look soft and smooth in the close-up. That's why she depends on daily facials with Lux toilet soap. She says it's a care that really works.
Lux soap is just right to protect delicate skin, Libby. No wonder so many famous stars say they wouldn't be without this gentle soap.
Yes, John. Active lather does wonders for the skin. It's so easy to take a Lux soap facial, too. You just smooth the rich lather well in, rinse with warm water, follow with a quick cold rinse, and pat with a soft towel to dry. It works like a charm to give your complexion quick, new beauty.
Yes, Libby, that's a tip for smart women everywhere. For thorough, protecting care, there's nothing finer than Lux toilet soap. When you see Faith Domergue in Howard Hughes' exciting new picture, Vendetta, notice the smooth perfection of her skin. You'll want to try her daily active lather facials. So why not get Hollywood's own beauty soap tomorrow? Remember, 9 out of 10 screen stars use fragrant white Lux toilet soap. Now, Mr. William Keighley, our producer.
Act 2 of The Wizard of Oz, starring Judy Garland as Dorothy. With the magic slippers on her feet, her dog Toto at her heels, and the little munchkins marching on ahead, Dorothy is on her way to the Wizard of Oz. They've reached the border of Munchkinland, and the little people have waved goodbye and disappeared.
Well, Toto, now what? We're still on the yellow brick road, but now it goes in 2 different directions. Which way do we go?
Pardon me, but that way's a very nice way.
Who said that? Oh, don't be silly, Toto. That's just a scarecrow in the cornfield. Scarecrows don't talk.
On the other hand, that way's very pleasant also.
Why, he did talk.
Is there anything so unusual about that?
Well, yes, there is. And why do you shake your head? I mean, both yes and no at the same time.
Oh, that's my trouble. I never can make up my mind about anything.
Oh?
The fact is, I haven't got a brain. Just take a look at my head, you see? It's straw. Just straw like the rest of me.
But how can you talk if you don't have a brain?
Oh, some people without brains do an awful lot of talking. Don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Oh, what's he doing, your dog?
Toto, why, he's licking your hand.
Oh, that's what I thought. I guess I don't scare him, huh?
No, of course not.
I can't even scare a crow. They come from miles around. They pick off my straw for their nest. It's not at all flattering. I'm a failure just because I haven't got a brain.
Well, what would you do with the brain if you had one?
Do? Why, if I had a brain, I could
I could while away the hours, confer and with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching, if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain.
With the thoughts you'd be thinking you could be another Lincoln if you only had a brain.
Oh, I could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I never thought before, and then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just enough in my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. And perhaps I'd deserve you and be even worthier of you if I only had a brain.
Wonderful. Just imagine a scarecrow singing and dancing. Why, if our scarecrow back in Kansas could do that...
What's Kansas?
Well, that's where Toto and I come from. And I want to get back there so badly that I'm going all the way to the Emerald City to get the Wizard of Oz to help me.
A wizard? Do you think if I went along, he could give me some brains, maybe?
Oh, I think you'd better stay here. I've got a witch mad at me, and you might get into trouble.
Oh, but I'm not afraid of a witch. I'm not afraid of anything. Oh, except maybe a lighted match.
Well, since you're made out of straw, I can hardly blame you for that.
Oh, won't you take me with you, please?
Of course I will. Gladly.
Oh, hooray! I'm going to leave the cornfield.
And see a wizard. I hope.
So what are we waiting for?
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is the wizard of Wizard.
Scarecrow,
Huh?
do you see what I see?
Well, not knowing what you see, how can I say that what I see is what you... Oh, wait a minute. Look, over there.
That's just what I mean, at the edge of the forest.
It's a man. A man made out of tin and holding an axe. Come on, Dorothy.
Be careful, please. You too, Toto.
Look here. Here in the grass. An oil can.
Did you say something?
Oh, no. He did.
He said oil can. He wants me to oil him.
My mouth. He said his mouth.
All right, just a minute now.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, joy. Oh, bless. I can talk again. I can talk. Oh, my arms, please. My elbows. Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful.
Am I doing it right?
Oh, yes, what a relief. I've held this axe up for ages.
But my goodness, how did you ever get like this in the first place?
Oh, well, about a year ago, I was chopping that tree when suddenly it began to rain. I rusted so solid, I haven't been able to move since.
Well, you're perfect now.
Perfect. Just bang on my chest if you think I'm perfect. Go ahead, bang on it.
Beautiful. What an echo.
You see? Empty. The tinsmith forgot to give me a heart.
No
heart?
No heart.
Oh.
All hollow. And believe me, not having a heart, well, presents problems.
When a man's an empty kettle, he should be on his mettle, and yet I'm torn apart. Just because I'm presuming that I could be kinda human if I only had a heart. I'd be tender, I'd be gentle, and awful sentimental regarding love and art. I'd be friends with the sparrows and the boy that shoots the arrows if I only had a heart. Picture me a balcony above, a voice sings low, wherefore art thou, Romeo? I hear a beat. How sweet just to register emotion, jealousy, devotion, and really feel the part. I'd stay young and chipper, and I'd lock it with a zipper if I only had a heart.
Well, I certainly see what you mean.
You were whispering, you and him, while I was singing.
Well, we were just wondering if you'd care to go with us to the Emerald City. Then you could ask the Wizard of Oz for a heart.
But suppose he wouldn't give me one when we got there.
Oh, but he will. He must. We've come such a long way already.
Ah, you call that long, my pretty? Why, you've just begun.
Who's that? Who's laughing?
The witch, the wicked witch.
Well, my two fine gentlemen, helping the little lady along, are you? Well, stay away from her.
Oh, yeah?
I'll stuff a mattress with you, you straw man. And you, I'll use that tin carcass for a beehive.
Gosh, what a witch.
Want to play ball, Scarecrow? Well, here.
No, look out, it's a ball of fire.
No. Stand still. I'll stamp out the fire with my 10 feet. There, you can move now.
Oh, much obliged, Tin Woodsman.
Oh, yes, we both are.
But I'm still not afraid of her. I'll see that you get safely to the wizard now, whether I get a brain or not. Stuff a mattress with me. Ha!
And I'll see that you reach the wizard whether I get a heart or not.
Oh, you're the best friends anybody ever had. And it's funny, but I feel as if I'd known you all the time. You're just like Hank and Hickory. But I couldn't have known you, could I?
I certainly don't see how.
I guess it doesn't really matter. We know each other now, all right.
That's right.
We do. Then to Oz? To Oz! We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is the Wizard of Oz, if ever a Wizard of Oz.
Does anybody happen to know where we are?
Oh, that's easy. We're in a forest.
And I don't like it. It's so dark and creepy. Toto, come back. Stay on the path.
He sees something behind that bush.
And so do I.
I think I do, too. It's a lion. A lion. He's coming this way.
Stay where you are.
Put him up. Put up your fist.
I'll fight you with one paw tied behind my back. I'll fight you standing on one foot. Stand up and fight. I'll swallow you first, you little peewee dog.
Shame on you. You let that little dog alone. Let him
No. Why did you have to slap me for? I didn't bite him.
Look, the lion. He's crying.
Well, you tried to bite him.
Why, you didn't have to go and hit me, did you? Is my nose bleeding?
Oh, of course not. My goodness, you're nothing but a great big coward.
You're right, I'm a coward. I haven't any courage at all.
Do you suppose the wizard would help him to...
I don't see why not. Why don't you come with us, Lion? We're on our way to see the Wizard of Oz and get the Tin Woodsman a heart.
And him a brain.
And I'm sure he could give you some courage.
Well, wouldn't you feel degraded to be seen in the company of a cowardly lion? I would.
No, of course not. Here, you better take my handkerchief.
Thank you. You've been so nice to me.
Now, please stop crying.
I'll try.
But how did you get this way in the first place, Lion?
Well, if you can spare the time, it was like this. Yes, it's sad, believe me, missy, when you're born to be a city without the vim and verve. But I could show my prowess, be a lion, not a mouse, if I only had the nerve. I'm afraid there's no denying I'm just a dandelion, a fate I don't deserve. I'd be brave as a blizzard.
I'd be gentle as a lizard. I'd be clever as a gizzard.
If the wizard is the wizard who will serve,
then I'm sure to get a brain, a heart,
a home,
the nerve.
Then let's be on our way without any more delay.
That's just what I was going to say.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is the Wizard of Oz.
Ha-ha! Little do they know I, too, was hiding in the forest. I'll still get those ruby slippers, and then my power will be the greatest in Oz. And woe to those who try to stop me. Hi-ho! Broomstick! Away!
Look, everybody, look! Emerald City, oh, at last!
Emerald City, eh? Gosh, it's all green.
And with turrets and towers, and look how big it is.
But how do we get in? This wall goes all around everything.
Most certainly does.
Look at the top of the wall.
Oh, Who are you?
That's my question. Who are you?
Well, if you'll let us in, we'll be glad to tell you.
Let you in, huh? Well, you look harmless enough. Open the gates of Emerald City.
We can go in. The gates are opening.
Well, that's the general idea of gates, isn't it? Kindly step forward and state your business.
We want to see the wizard, please.
The wizard. Oh, but nobody can see the Great Oz. Nobody's ever seen the Great Oz. Even I have never seen him.
Oh, please. The good witch of the north sent me here.
Prove it.
She's wearing the ruby slippers she gave me, you see?
Well, bust my buttons. So she is.
Then you'll take us to the wizard?
There you go again. Wizard. Well, yeah, of course, wizard. Meanwhile, you'd all better wait.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Well, what is it now? Good grief, man, can't you?
No one is, sir, in the public square.
Who wants
the
me?
entire population of Emerald City. There's something going on, sir, and I don't like the looks of it.
No. What's everyone so excited about?
Don't you see up there in the sky?
Huh? Well, that's quite a trick, isn't it?
Dorothy, it's skywriting. Letters of black smoke all across the sky.
Well, what does it say?
It's the Wicked Witch. It says, surrender, Dorothy. Dorothy?
The wizard will explain it. To the wizard!
Nobody's going to bother the wizard now. The great and powerful Oz has the situation well in hand, I hope, so you can all go home. Go on, scatter. You draw flies.
But if you please, sir, we want to see the wizard right away.
Certainly not. Not nobody, not no how.
But she's Dorothy.
The witch is Dorothy? Nope, not even you.
Oh, please. Please, it's the only way I'll ever be able to get home.
Not nobody, not no how.
Auntie Em was so good to me, and I never appreciated it. Running away, hurting her feelings.
What's that?
Professor Marvel said she was sick. She may be dying, and it's all my fault.
I'll get you to the wizard somehow.
He's crying, too.
Oh, you see, I had an Aunt Em once myself. Oh, this is all highly irregular, but just follow me.
Gosh, he just left us in this chamber. It's so dark and echoey, huh?
He said the wizard would be waiting for us.
I'm closing my eyes. Just tell me when it's all over.
Who was that?
I am Oz, the great and powerful.
But we can't see anybody.
You shall never see me.
But if you please, we must tell you something.
Nobody ever tells me anything. I know everything. You're a little girl who wants to go home. And you, Sinbad?
Yes, Your Honor.
Clinking and clattering for the heart. And you?
Me, your wizardry?
A billowing beggar of both being breakfast food, begging for a break. And you, Lion?
He's fainted.
Well, Lion, wake up. The wizard will be awfully mad.
Oh, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Frightening the poor cowardly lion like that when he came to you for help.
Silence! The beneficent Oz has every intention of granting your request, but you must first prove worthy.
Oh, we will. We'll do anything.
Very well. Bring me the broomstick of the wicked witch of the west.
Oh, but if we do that, why, we'll have to kill her to get it.
Bring me her broomstick and I'll grant your request.
Well, what if she kills us first?
Silence! Leave the great gate of Emerald City. Follow the arrow dark haunted forest and head to the witch's castle. Now go, and return if you can.
The castle. Well, I guess there's nothing else to do but go.
That's the spirit, Dorothy. Come on, Lion.
We're not afraid. We'll get that old broomstick.
And they think I don't know about it. They think they'll take me by surprise. At last I'll have them in my power. The little girl, her nasty dog, and the magic ruby slippers.
In just a few moments, we'll bring you Act 3 of The Wizard of Oz. I particularly want you to meet our guest for tonight, Paula Stone, writer-producer for MGM Radio Attractions. She'll bring us news of the world premiere in Hollywood last Wednesday of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's great picture, The Magnificent Yankee. As commentator at the premiere, you interviewed the many stars who attended, didn't you, Paula?
Yes, I did, Mr. Keeley. It was one of the most thrilling evenings I've experienced. Over 100 stars were there.
To cheer for Louis Calhern and Anne Harding, of course.
Oh, yes. Everyone was so enthusiastic about the picture. And the superb performance turned in by Louis Calhern as Justice Holmes and Anne Harding as his devoted wife.
There's a picture as rousing as a brass band. The distinguished career of one of our greatest men is presented in the authentic atmosphere of our nation's capital. Why, you actually feel the march of stirring events.
It's an exciting treatment of our recent history, but it's also a beautiful love story.
Yes, indeed. The deep attachment of Justice Holmes for his wife is something to warm the heart. Anne Harding brings dignity and beauty to her role in The Magnificent Yankee.
And she's completely charming and very lovely, too. Of course, as you might expect, like so many famous stars I interview from time to time, she gives credit to Lux Care for her skin and just keeping it right for the cameras.
Well, after all, Miss Stone, it's Hollywood's own beauty soap, you know.
Oh, yes, Mr. Kennedy. And Lux soap in the big bath size is just as popular. I know I wouldn't be without it. There's nothing more luxurious after a busy day than a refreshing Lux soap bath.
There's something special about the lather. Rich and creamy, even in hardest water.
Yes, it leaves skin really fresh. Fragrant, too, with a nice, delicate perfume.
No wonder screen stars prefer this satin-smooth bath cake. Thank you, Miss Paula Stone, for being here tonight. Now, here's a shopping hint for the ladies in our audience. Get the generous bath-size Lux toilet soap tomorrow. Enjoy its luxurious lather and delightful perfume. You'll discover why screen stars say it makes you sure of all-over Lux loveliness. 9 out of 10 famous Hollywood stars use fragrant white Lux toilet soap. We pause now for station identification. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The curtain rises on Act 3 of The Wizard of Oz, starring Judy Garland as Dorothy. Well, if Dorothy is ever to get back home to Kansas...
And if I'm ever to have a brain...
And me a heart.
And me courage.
Then Dorothy must first get the broomstick of the Wicked Witch and bring it back to the Wizard of Oz. But if the wizard knows everything, the Wicked Witch, unfortunately, knows quite a lot herself. Now, in her bleak and dismal castle, she gloats over a newly captured prisoner.
Excuse me for laughing, but it was so easy to capture you that I can't help it.
At least my friends got away. Toto, too.
What do I care about them? It's you I wanted. You and the magic ruby slippers. I had every warrior slave in this castle on the watch for you. Now give me those slippers.
No. The good witch told me not to.
Fool that I am. I should know the slippers will never come off as long as you're alive.
You mean...
Now how shall I do it? I think I'll make up a special batch of poison. Yes, that ought to do it. Some nice, fresh poison.
Look, it's Dorothy's dog. Sitting there, lying, look.
Oh, we're goners now, all right. He'll lead the witches' soldiers right here to our hiding place.
No. He's come to take us to Dorothy, up there in the castle.
We can't fail her now. We can't.
I'll go. Witch or no witch, I'll tear him apart. I'll knock him cold. I may not come out alive, but I'm going in there.
Oh, Lion, that's wonderful.
There's only one thing I want you fellas to do.
What's that?
Talk me out of it.
Oh, no, you don't. Come what may, we're going to rescue Dorothy.
All right, Toto, show us the way.